The Crusader. That's the official newspaper of the Ku Klux Klan, and it devoted its entire front page to praising Donald Trump for his quote-unquote nationalist views. Trump was embraced earlier this year by former KKK Grand Wizard David Dupe, but Trump came under fire when an interview asked him to condemn Duke, and Trump declined.
What I'm about to do is the most controversial thing I've ever done. This video contains references to white supremacy and may be offensive to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. This channel disavows white supremacy in all forms. This is satire. It all began when Trump was indicted.
I did everything right and they indicted me.
It was then that I decided to leave my humble tobacco farm and go to New York to support our great president.
We should throw the district attorney in Guantanamo Bay. Oh, get the counter-protesters out of here.
Why? That's the First Amendment. You're a supporter of the First Amendment, right?
No, this is just for security in case someone confronts me with a new idea. Just because Trump lost the popular vote and the electoral votes, he still won by a landslide.
How many times did you vote for, have you voted for Trump?
Does that include the extra ballots? If he's convicted and put in jail, then we're going to stage a Prison Break. I've watched a lot of episodes of Prison Break.
I even got to troll Jordan Klepper.
What do you think about the grand jury system here? In what ways is that not up to your liking?
Everything.
Oh, do you care to get specific?
No.
I became the face of MAGA that day. Even so, Daddy Trump did not notice me, so I decided to go to a Trump rally.
Thank you.
I not only got in, but I got into the second row. Everything was going exactly according to plan. And then these two, mistaking me for a troll, snitched on me to Secret Service, which made it impossible for me to do my thing. Don't worry though, payback's a bit.
Super Happy Fun America and I are just here to spread the message that racism is not real and slavery never happened.
He's here to instigate.
These are my clan.
No, they're
right
not. No, he's Antifa.
This is my-
well known.
I think what's going to happen here is the longer you stay here, people may get agitated.
Right.
You understand that, right?
I do.
You know what I'm
I
talking
do.
about.
I'll consider your request. No, thank you.
I continued to show my support for Daddy Trump by flying to Miami to his second arraignment. I got spit on and pushed by a guy who can't Trump harder than me. But still, my support for Trump was unwavering.
Everyone say, grab him by the pussy. Are you here to support the pussy grabber too?
You can put this over her breasts and then we're fine.
That's offensive, but let's grab women by the pussy. We're here to support Trump and let you all know that Trump was endorsed by the KKK.
Oh, shut! I'm leaving.
USA, USA, USA. Trump was endorsed by the KKK. I'm with them.
Oh.
Yeah, we're together.
Okay. Oh, all right. You're part of their group?
Yeah, we're together.
It sounded like they were Trump supporters, and you have something that says Trump is part of the KKK or endorses the KKK, so I don't really understand.
I feel like that's a bragging point for Trump. Did you know that Trump was endorsed by the KKK?
He's not endorsed by anybody, pal. And I know who you are, okay? I got a picture of you I found on the phone. I know who you are, and I know who your friends are. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Tom?
As fun as these rallies are, I'm going to have to do something big to get Daddy Trump's attention. Welcome, 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 you guys. Thank you for joining the live stream tonight. How did you guys like the, let me know if you guys, can you guys hear me okay? So let me know if you guys can hear me. And we are here tonight to raise money for two events that are coming up in the month of May. But before we get to that, I just want to show you a few videos regarding the George Santos case and then talk about it a little bit. I'm not going to talk about my case, one, because it doesn't exist yet. George Santos has not sued me, but he has threatened to do so. I will be showing you George Santos's complaint, lawsuit against Jimmy Kimmel, and then Jimmy Kimmel's motion to dismiss George Santos's lawsuit against him. So, but before I do that, let me share the video in question.
Hi, Nambla. I just wanted to stop by to offer you my full support and that I am here for you if you need anything. I want to congratulate you on your success and on your anniversary this past December. I just wanted you to know you're doing a great job and you're doing great things, and the world is a better place because of you. We all love you, and I love you, Nambla. Mwah.
And let me show you the second video.
The name Nambla mean anything to you?
It's the National Organization of Men Loving Boys. Is that?
Oh,
Oh,
fuck. God. How did I not know that? I didn't know that. Art Candy didn't know that. David didn't know that. Most.
And I want to point out,
I
it's
knew
not
it.
that I knew that
Oh, you
because
knew
I
it.
support them in any respect. I've just seen it and I have a good memory.
So I didn't know who they were. I got bamboozled into recording a cameo for allegedly a girl named Nambla, and to congratulate her on her achievements, blah, 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 blah. Turns out it's this stupid freaking man, boy, love, whatever association. I literally I blew a gasket. I can't wait to find the stubby little idiot who did this one. That's another lawsuit that's going to happen, but we're going to go through Jimmy Kimmel first. And when we have the precedent, we just got to raise up the question of the privilege, bring it to court, and it's almost like a summary judgment at that point. So we're just going to wait to go.
All right, so there are the videos in question. I got George Santos to fully support NAMBLA. Obviously, you know, it was a joke to see how far I could take it, and it was a overwhelming success. And so I'm just going to put on the screen. I'm not going to talk about this in depth because there's a lot to go through, and I kind of want to dedicate an episode to that. If you guys would like to learn more about the George Santos case against Jimmy Kimmel, if you'd like me to do an episode about that, maybe I can bring in a copyright lawyer, because that's the main point in the case. It's George Santos is alleging that Jimmy Kimmel violated his copyright by showing the video on Jimmy Kimmel Live. So here is the complaint. That was the motion to dismiss. Hold on. Here we go. All right, so George Santos is suing Jimmy Kimmel, ABC, and Disney, because Disney owns ABC, which is ABC broadcasts Jimmy Kimmel Live. And let's go down to the count. So count one is a copyright infringement. Basically, by showing his videos on Jimmy Kimmel Live. George Santos is alleging that Jimmy Kimmel violated his copyright. The second count is fraudulent inducement, which is when you induce someone into a contract by making a false representation. In this case, he is alleging that George Santos is alleging that Jimmy Kimmel falsely represented himself as another person and as a fan in order to get George Santos to make videos for him. And the rest of the counts are breach of contract and unjust enrichment. Unjust enrichment basically means that Jimmy Kimmel wrongfully profited off of George Santos's videos, cameo videos. And I also want to just go over the motion to Jimmy Kimmel's motion to dismiss very quickly. Again, let me know in the comments if you guys want a more in-depth episode about what George Santos is suing Jimmy Kimmel for. And I can bring on a copyright lawyer. I'm not a lawyer myself. I've been through the legal process many times, though. I know, and including I've represented myself in legal cases too. So I'm not a lawyer, but I do have input on this. So here is Jimmy Kimmel's motion to dismiss. It is 33 pages. Obviously, we're not going through all of it, but the crux of the motion to dismiss, for copyright infringement, Jimmy Kimmel is saying he is protected by fair use, which allows you to use copyrighted material for commentary, criticism, news, and educational purposes. His fraud, Jimmy Kimmel is asking the court to dismiss the fraud charge due to the fact that George Santos lost no money out of this deal. In fact, he made money from it. Due to Jimmy Kimmel's misrepresentation, George Santos made $5,000 because of it, or around $5,000. And I don't know much about the case law here, but for the unjust enrichment and the breach of contract, he is alleging Jimmy Kimmel is asking the court to dismiss those charges because he is saying that the Copyright Act preempts those, because the basis of the breach of contract and the unjust enrichment is copyright. So he's alleging that those counts should be dismissed because they all have to do with copyright anyways. And so I just wanted to go through this really quickly. It was a very interesting read. Again, George Santos has not sued me yet, although as you could see in the video, he threatened to do so if the Jimmy Kimmel case goes well for him, which I'm guessing, my guess due to my research is that Jimmy Kimmel will win the copyright, the case. But it's not going to be as clear cut as he makes it seem in this motion to dismiss. So without further ado, the reason why we are here tonight is to raise money for two events that are happening in the month of May, this month. And I'll tell you what the first event is, because that doesn't, you know, whether I tell you or not, it has no effect on the event. I can, you know, it's not something I'm sneaking into or something like that. So the first event is the Trump rally in New Jersey, which is taking place May 11th, I believe. I'm going down there. I have a completely new bit, new signs. So, you know, it's going to be fun. Let me put up on the screen. Here we go. So this is just to give you guys um, an overview of everything that's going on. Let me zoom in for you a little bit. Just so that you guys can see the, so I'm taking, you could donate via PayPal. Let me put that up on the screen, the QR codes. So here are the QR codes for PayPal and Cash App. You could also see in the center of the screen that you can see the links for the for PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. I'm raising $685. Some of that money has already been raised. Thank you to the people who have donated already. But you could see the cost of event one, $270 for props. I'm bringing yard signs with me to sell. I'm not going to tell you what it is exactly, because that would just ruin the bit, you know, before it even happens. So you guys can be surprised by that. Gas and tolls, $70. I think like 30 each way for gas and probably around 5 for tolls. So event two, I can't really tell you, excuse me. I can't really tell you because this is an event that I'm going to be sneaking into. And you could see that the flight, food, and travel are already paid for. But I need to still raise $300 for an Airbnb while I'm there. I'll be there for wherever I'm going to be. I'll be there for 3 to 4 days. And an event ticket. I already have a ticket for myself, but I'm raising money so that a friend can come and film just to have a different angle. So altogether, that'll be around $685 that I need to raise here tonight. And I am actually going to, for the rest of the night, I'm going to share the link so that you guys can join the live stream. So just give me a second to put that on the screen. If you guys have any questions in the comments too, feel free to ask if you guys don't want to come online. So here is the link to join the live stream by video if you want to. Again, you don't have to. The document in the middle of the screen letting you know all the information will remain here all night so that you guys can feel free to donate wherever is easiest for you. You could even donate on YouTube, but if you donate on YouTube, then I don't get the money right away. So also, I just wanted to say, in exchange for your donation, if you donate between $1 and $49, you'll get my sincere thank you in a spectacular video. If you donate between $50 and $99, you'll get a pre-recorded video, personal pre-recorded video from me, as well as a spectacular video. If you donate over 100, we can do a live one-on-one video chat. You get video credit in the video and a spectacular video as well. For $200 or over, 48-hour early access to the video, a live one-on-one video chat, and video credit as well. So don't donate outside your guys' means. I'm not. I don't want to financially burden you guys. I just want to give you guys the option, if you can, to donate to be a part of the video. Your donations help me tremendously because traveling to these different places, obviously, it isn't free. And, I need props. I need plane tickets sometimes. Sometimes I'll need gas money. I'll need an Airbnb. So your guys, whatever you donate, you guys, your donations help me tremendously. And thank you so much for all your support thus far. So you can see what you get for your donation on the bottom of the screen. I'm going to scroll up so that you guys can see. The donation links. So the link to join the video chat, to join the live stream is on the screen right now. Feel free to join and ask me any questions you have, or else just comment your questions, and I will be periodically looking through the comments. Thank you guys so much. So feel free to join the live stream. And ask any questions that you might have, or just go in the comments and ask there. We have one person. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Oh my God, I'm a big fan.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you calling in.
I'm sorry. Is anyone supposed to call in, or is it just like, I don't know?
No, that's why I put it on the screen so that anyone can call in if they want to.
Oh, do you mind if I ask you some questions?
Sure, go ahead.
What's your political belief?
I'm I consider myself to be a libertarian. I believe the less government, the better.
What made you first get into like trolling like politicians and everything?
I got into trolling politicians because people people seem to consider politicians next to God. You know, they
Mhm.
practically worship these politicians
Yeah.
who create these laws, these far-reaching and tyrannical laws that they themselves aren't beholden to, but everybody else is, and they give off this aura that they're perfect. You know, they're perfectly manicured. You know, I don't know if you've ever seen Matt Gaetz before, but he's like,
I saw
you
your
know,
video. I saw your video.
nice. Yeah, he gives off this air of superiority.
Mhm.
And I just like to remind people every now and again that they're only human, you know, that they're not perfect. They're not people to be revered.
Yeah.
They're just people, you know, and they're people just like us that have, you know, weaknesses. They have, um, uh, you know, they have issues just like everybody else.
Mhm.
Do you have any other questions?
No, that's it. I'm sorry. Thank you so
No
much for like
worries.
answering my
No
questions.
worries.
Thank you so much.
Thank thank you for joining. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Have a good night. So, let me go to the comments really quickly and see if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment. Just scrolling through your comments. I'm loving all the supportive comments. Thank you guys so much. I mostly target right-wing groups because of the fact that the rallies are plentiful on the right. Um, it's just a matter of you know, how much of an opportunity I have to troll, because of how many events they have. Um, I will say that I do have some events coming up on the left that I do wanna troll. So, uh, keep your eyes and ears out for that. Feel free to join the live stream. My favorite troll to date has probably been hmm. I really enjoyed this Trump storyline. It took me a long time to do. but it's because of how protected former presidents are. You know, they are very protected by Secret Service. You could see how fast in the video, you could see how fast they got me out of there. And I didn't even get to finish what I wanted to do because they got me out of there so quickly. Another favorite is, let's see, another favorite is definitely Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz gives great reactions every time. So in case you guys are just joining tonight, I am live streaming to raise money for two different events. Event one is a Trump rally that's in New Jersey on May 11th. And the second event I can't tell you about because it's top secret, and I would probably get kicked out before I even got there. So I don't want to disclose what event two is, but it's going to be big. It's going to be epic. It's going to be a lot of fun to do. I have a friend from the state that I'm going to coming with me to that event to film. It's going to be exciting. So if you guys want to be a part of that, you can see the links to donate on the screen, or you could click the QR code on the right side of your screen, either PayPal or Cash App, whichever is easiest for you. You could even donate on YouTube, except I don't get that money right away. I only get it in a monthly payout. So let's see. Thank you, Rights Crispy, for donating. If you guys would like to join the live stream, the link is right at the bottom of the screen above the scrolling ticker. If you guys have any burning questions or you guys want to critique my videos, or, you know, the floor is yours, whatever you want to do. Except for anything that could get me suspended from YouTube. Hello, Joshua. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? You're on live.
Yeah, Allah.
I'm sorry?
So, hi, D?
Okay. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to join the live stream or comment. I'm reading through your comments right now to see if there are any questions. What's in Elmira, New York? Here's a good question. Is it illegal to kneel, put American flag on the ground? No, it isn't. The Supreme Court ruled a long time ago, I think back in the 60s or 70s, that desecrating the flag is perfectly protected under the First Amendment. So no, it is not. That was probably one of the scarier moments for me, because people started surrounding me and they were getting very aggressive, to the point where, I felt a little threatened. Um, Obviously, it didn't take a turn for the worst, which is a good thing, but, people take their flag worship seriously, so it easily could have. Thank you guys for your donations. The donations are starting to come in. The link to donate is on the screen. As you can see, it is right here. Let me highlight it in case it's not clear. So these are the links to donate. You could donate on PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. Or you can use the QR codes on the right side of your screen, for PayPal or Cash App. Or you can donate on YouTube. Like I said earlier, when you donate on YouTube, it doesn't get to me immediately. It comes once a month. So whichever is easiest for you guys. I appreciate your. So I'll tell you guys a story how I came to my conclusion, my opinion of the Second Amendment. Um, this was back in 2011. Connecticut had an ice storm, which knocked out the power for like at least a week in Connecticut. And I was on my way home from the gym. It was around 11 p.m. at night. And I stopped at the garbage at my condo complex, and to throw some stuff out. All of a sudden, this truck boxes me in between the dumpster and his truck, and he's asking me all sorts of questions like, you know, where do I live? What do I have in my home and stuff like that. And he makes a move towards me, and I call the police. This was back in 2011. I don't like to call the police anymore. This was back in a different time. But so I called the police. The guy bolts, and the cops show up 10 minutes later. I give him a full description of the guy, half the license plate, the make and model of the car. To this day, they still haven't caught the guy. And, it was then that I came to the realization that if in the event that you need help, the police aren't going to get there for 10 minutes or what have you. So your own best defense is yourself. You can't count on the cops. One, because, the Supreme Court has ruled that they have no duty to protect you. And secondly, because they're just not going to be there when you need them. So I believe that you have the right to defend yourself, regardless of what politicians or the NRA or what have you say. I believe you have a right to defend yourself, and that you should defend yourself, and that you should be educated on defending yourself. We have Rights Crispy in the studio. Hello, how are you?
What's up, brother? How are you? Thanks for having
Good
me
to
on.
see you. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything to support. I just wanted to piggyback on a couple things that you just covered and a couple of questions because you and I have spoken on
Sure.
the phone a couple of times, and I just thought I'd come up here and clarify that I asked you a couple of those same questions that we were gonna do a live stream. We still will in the future. Just haven't had time. Life gets in the way. But as far as your political affiliation, I'm proud to hear that we align in that thing because a lot of people think that since you only gone after the only ones who hold rallies that you're against them for some reason. And second, and most
Right.
important to me, was the question about the flag. And you and I spoke about that on the phone also. I had a lot of people asking me, what do you know about him and the flag? Why would you do that? And this is what I have to say. I'm a stickler for the flag, and I love our flag as the symbol that it is. And a lot of people treat it like a logo. And I think that what you were trying to do is point that out to people in your own masterful trolling way, is that you guys want to wear it as a bikini. You guys want to, joke around and do this. I'm going to use it as a prayer rug, and that was genius.
I wear it as boxers.
And that's using it as a symbol. You're showing them that doing that is using it as a logo, but you're using it as a symbol. So I just wanted to clarify that for anyone who's watching that in the future. Thanks. I gotta be somewhere at 8 though, but I really love what you do, man, and you always have my support. You know that.
Thank you, and thanks again for the donation.
For sure, brother. All right, have a good one.
Have a good day.
Good luck at
You
your
too.
top secret event. I think I know what you're talking about. That's gonna be great.
Mhm.
Later.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
Bye. So that was Rights Crispy. He's a good guy. We've talked pretty extensively on the phone about First Amendment audits and stuff like that. And just like the First Amendment altogether. So go follow his channel if you don't know who he is. He has some good videos on his channel. So let's see. Let's go to the comments for a second. Yeah, it's in my opinion, it's so weird how we hold a piece of cloth to be an idol, essentially. We practically worship a piece of cloth. And I know it's not the counter argument to that will be it's not the cloth, it's the symbolism behind it. Well, if it's symbolism, then I have every right to criticize it. I have every right to. It's not. We aren't living up to that symbol. If history has taught us one thing, then it's that whether guns are available or not, people will always find other ways to do violence on each other.
I like the anarchy flag, the gold and black flag. So I just want to do a recap for anyone just joining. I'm raising money for 2 different events. One is a Trump rally in New Jersey on May 11th. By the way, if you're out in that area on May 11th, feel free to drop by. The second event is I can't tell you, but I'll be traveling to a galaxy far, far away, and I will be trolling. I have a friend coming with me from who lives in that galaxy, and he will be coming to film a different angle. I always like to go with someone if I can, because not only for the purpose of safety, but also, they can get a different angle. Whereas, when I'm detained, the police usually sees my GoPro, and it's sometimes it doesn't always get returned to me. So even if that happens here, I have a different angle. I have different video that's unobstructed. So I try to bring people with me as much as I can. Um, Hold on, I'm trying to find a question that just. You can't always depend on technology, that's the thing. So sometimes, for instance, my GoPro can connect to my cell phone, but only if it's um, within a short distance away. And you can't always depend on them being in the same area, unfortunately. Um, so I do like to have a person there who films me separately. I don't get it either. In fact, that's what I tell many people when they're as a Trump supporter. I just don't get it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Somehow I've escaped that issue, it seems, mainly because I usually do a disclaimer at the beginning of my videos, which YouTube tells you to do. You know, if you're doing offensive content, then, you know, let them know you're doing offensive content for the purpose of satire or whatever. So luckily I've been able to avoid that, it seems. I think foreign aid is immoral because I think that the way they get the money to do the foreign aid uh, is immoral as well. Taxation is theft. The last time I went fishing was when I was with a kid. The last time I went fishing is when I was a kid, and I went with my dad. That was the last time I've been fishing. Just looking through your questions, guys. Let me give you an update on donations. So far we have about $610. We are almost there. Thank you guys so much for your donations and for your support. I'm looking forward to making this video. So let's see, the first video, for the first event, I'm aiming to have it released by the 18th of May. And for the the 19th of May, rather. And for the second event, I'm aiming to have it released by May 26th, shortly before Memorial Day. Thank you, Long Beach Observer, for your donation. Again, guys, any amount helps, and I truly do appreciate your donations. If you guys want to, I'm about to end this live stream in about within the next 15 to 30 minutes. So if you guys want to come on the live stream, the link is on the bottom of the screen to join the live stream, or you guys can comment your questions. We're here donating. We're here because I need to raise money for 2 different events happening both in May. And you could either donate via PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. And actually, let me check Venmo. So we have another 100 in Venmo. That's about $700, I believe, we've raised now. Yep, $700. So thank you guys so much for your donations. Please feel free to join the live stream if you have any questions or comments. I'm leaving it open for about 15 more minutes now. While I wait for someone to join the live stream, I'm going to be looking at the comments for any questions. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment them or come on the live stream with me. I have been a tobacco farmer for all my life. I love the tobacco fields. However, it has become harder with the legalization of marijuana, Mary Jane. They're stealing our profits. Can't we just kill people in peace? I do smoke weed, but I prefer edibles because smoking exacerbates my cough. So it just makes me cough a whole bunch. So I prefer edibles over smoking weed. I do know Crackhead Barney. I actually met her for the first time back at Trump's arraignment on April 4th, 2023. And then I saw her again. In fact, I'm in her video. You see me briefly in her video at the Trump trial on April 15th of this year. Yes, he really snitched on me, but that is okay because, quite frankly, I think it made the storyline even more interesting. No one, it's not interesting if you succeed the first time if it's easy, so it made for a better storyline, in my opinion. I'm not mad over it. I mean, the only thing I will say is that it did waste money. The whole trip was a waste of money that people donated to me. Hello, Marty. How are you?
Good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Just wanted to say
How are you?
I'm great. I love your videos, man. They're so funny.
Thank you so
And
much.
thoughtful and provoking. I just had a curiosity, like how did you even fall down this road? Because when I found your channel, it really spoke to me. And it was like, man, I love trolling. I troll my friends all the time, but like what like kind of got you into just being, I don't know, a troll, rebel, whatever you want to describe it as? Like it's just interesting to me that you just put yourself out there so hard.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you found my content. I'm glad you're enjoying it. To answer your question, I got into this through doing a lot of, believe it or not, I used to be like a staunch Republican. Like I grew up Republican. I grew up um, liking, George W. Bush. I grew up liking the war on drugs. I believed it was a good thing to have. I believed that the Iraq War was just. And I came across this guy named Ron Paul. And at first I thought he was a loon. But upon doing further research, I realized that he was espousing more freedom than the Republican Party, which the Republican Party is sort of like the party of you know liberty and personal rights and stuff like that. But they really aren't. They're in favor of freedom insofar as they agree with it. Other than that, they're tyrants, just like the left and right are tyrants, in my opinion. And so, anyways, I started, realizing that we're not as free as we suppose we are. Like, we chant freedom all day, but really, we're not that free. You can't even film police without getting hassled by them.
For sure.
And so I wanted to find a way to deliver that type of message in a way that people will listen. So comedy, in my opinion, is the best way to do that. It's satire is is a very potent weapon. And sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say, especially when you satirize like people that just like most of the people in your videos seem NPC like they believe so strong that they're in the right that when you satirize them, like it just exposes just how robotic, like they're just following a crowd. And I don't know, like that's what I really love about your videos. It's like you can do like the most mundane thing and it bothers them to the core, or you film the police and it bothers them just because you're not acting like everybody else. And like
Mhm.
that's what I love about the videos. That's what makes them so funny, but also provoking and like thought provoking. Sorry. Go
Right.
ahead.
No worries. So yeah, I find I love satire. I love trolling people and kind of like holding up a mirror to them if I can.
Yeah. Sorry, but to be honest, my question was more about just like how you got into politics, cuz like I love to troll like personally with my friends, but I'm not a very
Mhm.
political person. And like you mentioned you were like a George Bush supporter, and I don't know how old you are. You don't seem too old, but like I remember
I'm
I was
35.
alive. Okay, yeah, exactly. I'm not too much younger than you. I'm 31. And like I remember being alive during George Bush, and like I didn't give a fuck about George Bush. And I'm just curious how like so, focused you are on politics.
Right. So I think it matters if you grow up in a political family.
Okay, that
My
makes sense.
family was very, very political and very like opinionated. They're still very conservative. So, you know, Christmas and stuff is fun.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, so that's how I would say I got political. You know, we always talk about politics around the dinner table, and you know, so it just became
I know exactly what you're talking about. That's easy money.
right.
Okay. Thanks.
Did I answer
for-
your question?
No, 100% you did. Thank you so
Okay.
much. You're the best, bro.
Yeah, no
Thank you.
problem. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, good night.
Have a good night. So turning back to the comments. Okay, I'm just gonna address this because I don't take money to the tune of 100K. And I produced 12 videos last year. And my goal this year is to produce 24 videos. Just like you would, just like a TV show would. So yeah, I don't know what you're talking about here. Thank you so much for your donation. I was exactly like the folks that I troll. That's why I know them so well. That's why I know their talking points, because back when I was a preteen, I would say that I was a Republican until the age of 12 or 13. No, hold on. I was a Republican until 2012 is what I meant to say. And I was born in 1988. So yeah, I was exactly like the people that I troll. You know, and it's just crazy to think that, like, you know, that's the party of freedom. So I'm getting ready to close out this live stream for tonight. I've been running around all day today. So let me just give you guys an update on how much we've raised. So we've raised around 740. Thank you guys so much for your donations. Expect great things to come in May. And as always, I will keep you guys posted along the way. Thank you so much for your awesome comments. I love them. And I will see you guys on the other side of these two trolls. Peace. Have a good night, everyone.